シグナルバイクシフトかライダー超デッドヒート
Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the Premium Bandai exclusive, or P-Bandai exclusive, SHF Kamen Rider Super Dead Heat Drive. Now this is a rider, or a figure that was actually seen in a movie from Kamen Rider Drive Surprise Future, which is why most like movie exclusive riders or variants are usually Premium Bandai exclusive. And also, I've always known as this one to be as Kamen Rider Dead Super Dead Heat, but according to the box, it's more like, you know, it's Super Dead Heat Drive. So that was like kind of an interesting thing. And another like tricky part regarding the name is that in the movie, those who watch it, when he transforms and he puts the tridoron key into the mach driver, it actually says Cho Dead Heat. So which is why sometimes if you can't find it by typing this, you can always type in Cho Dead Heat if you're looking for this figure. So that also works. The Super Dead Heat actually, if you put the tridoron key in the driver, it actually says Super Dead Heat, unlike the Maha driver, according to other video reviews on those who have the tridoron key. Okay, so anyway, let's get on to the review. Now, I have about 5 figures from Kamen Rider Drive, and I think this one takes the top lead among my favorite, I think. Or this could be either number 1 or number 2, because there's this other figure that I'm kind of like, you know, in a dilemma. Okay, so first of all, as usual, we're going to go with the components and then articulation and anything that is noticeable. So first of all, what you get, of course, is the rider himself, or the figure himself. And other than that, all you get is hands. So you get 4 pairs of hands. Currently, I'm using the fist hands, as you can see. And here are the 3 other hands. Number 1, we get a hand meant for weapons. So if you happen to have the handle sword, I believe, you can use this on that, because in the movie, I don't know how or where he brought the sword up, but he suddenly like brings up the sword when he was fighting a dark drive for some reason. But yeah, so if you have that, you can use these hands as well, so that's kind of like a considerate aspect. Yeah, so this thing does not come with any weapons. I just want to make that sure. And here we have hands that are meant for guns, so if you have like a brake gunner or any like door gun, whatever, this is what you can use. But once again, the figure itself does not come with them, and I do not have those weapons, so I'm just going to pass. And finally, we have these open hands, which I actually love, because they actually have these claw-like looks and design. I believe Machine Chaser is kind of the same situation, but yeah, definitely you will be using these hands a lot for a lot of poses. And that's pretty much it for components, so let's get into the articulation and other noticeable aspects. Now, I know to some people this is going to be like a pretty turn down, because, you know, it's basically a Machine Chaser in Kamen Rider Drive format. So yeah, but I absolutely love the look, because number 1, well, I wasn't a big fan of that purple. Number 2, I love the red on this, and number 3, you don't have that skull symbol. I am not a big fan of skull symbols. I just want to mention that. Okay, so let's look at the head. I absolutely love the detail on the head and what's going on. Now, it's just not Kamen Rider Drive's his typical normal head. It's actually like a more of a incomplete like ish look, where you can see like all these parts like popping out of the helmet and yada yada, and you can see like copper line going there. And on the other side, there's red and black mixture. Definitely love that look. And according to the manual, these pipes are easy to rub off, which means I assume that means the paint is easy to scratch off. But I will also kind of be more careful with the pipes, especially the ones on the head part, because these are one of those pipes that are easy to break off if you're not really, you know, careful about that. So anyway, let's get on to the review. So let's look at the head articulation. Also, it says this spoiler part on the head is actually pretty delicate, so keep that in mind. The head can go down that much, then up that much, and then 360 twist. Well, I wouldn't say it's impossible. Just be careful how you're twisting that. And also, if you look at the back of the head, you can see it still has the back red lights going on there. Absolutely love these small details going on in the figure. Okay, and then let's get the main body. The main body, you can see there's another pipe that's connecting to the back right here. But thankfully, the pipe is not actually connected to the waist or that goes down, so you still get a nice ab crunch. Because if that pipe was like, let's say, connected to like the legs or waist, like how a Zaku's like pipe is, then that would, you know, affect the articulation. But no, you have no issue with the ab crunch going on there. See, and there's the back, and this part, if I haven't seen any other reviews of Machine Chaser, I wouldn't be aware, but you can actually, because Machine Chaser also has his, you know, expansion set, so you can attach those wings and stuff. Since this is, the figure-wise, it's based on the Machine Chaser, it still has this plug-in here, so if you want to do, like, somehow attach the wings of him, you can do that. Okay, then now let's get the arms. Now the arms, the shoulders, and arm design, they're not exactly the same to each other. They're all different. So I'm going to show each arm. So first of all, this side of the arm, we really have a nice glossy red paint going on, armor, and you can flap them around. And then there is actually a little bit forward and backward movement on the shoulder, but not as much as you think. So that's one thing. And the arm can barely go 90 degrees, so less than 90 degrees, and then you still have a nice 360 twist. And your hands are your standard SHF ball jointed hands, where the ball joints are on the arm, not on the hand. And you have a nice, no, not nice actually, no, you only get a 90-degree bend, or a little bit more, so let's say like 93. But other than that, you still get a nice 360 twist or rotation on the arm itself. Let's look at the other arm. The other arm, hopefully you guys can see that despite the shoulder, pretty much same shoulder movement forward and backward. The arm itself can also go less than 90 degrees because of the design, and has also, well, this one actually bends a little bit more, so yeah, but I wouldn't say like a double joint as well. And you can see this one's actually connected to a ball joint, so you can actually move around, and then you have another armor piece that's kind of just flopping around over there. I believe this side does not actually have that, so yeah. And but other than that, still the same hand, still the same 360 rotation on the arm, and the rotation on the arm itself. So yeah. Okay, now let's get the belt, one of the main aspects of any Kamen Rider. Now, Kamen Rider, in the movie, the drive driver was, you know, kind of destroyed at this point. So, Kamen Rider Chaser, he actually lended his belt, even with his signal bike, which I'm not sure why, but I believe it would have made more sense if he, like, I don't know, lended his brake gunner to Shinnosuke, but I'm not sure if he could have used it either way. But basically, he was in a pickle, and he tried to use the signal bike of Chaser, didn't work, so he used the tridoron key, and was able to transform into Super Dead Heat Drive, as you can see. So another delicate part, according to the manual, is the driver itself, especially this top gray part, as you can see. And yeah, and then we have the tridoron key, which actually is a separate piece, and you can actually take it out, although it's not working too well. But yeah, also I should warn you, like, unlike the signal bikes, or not signal bikes, but you can see this is not painted on. This is actually just a sticker, as far as I can tell. Just not even a water slide, just a sticker. So it's going to be easy to a little bit damage the tridoron key sticker. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, even despite how small it is, they were able to pull it out. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. And then you can put it back in, and you can still see the D symbol, like, showing through the middle circle there. So that's actually a pretty good small detail. They did pretty well on the figure itself. Okay, now let's look at the legs. Or wait, yeah. But because of that pipe, you can see you're not going to get a 360 rotation on the body itself, so it barely moves to side. So keep that in mind. Don't try to force it, or you're going to break something, especially those pipes. And then we have more pipes on the legs, so once again, be careful not to, like, scratch or rub them. Regarding the legs, there's no front skirt or back skirt or side skirt. Well, technically, I guess you could call this a side skirt, but it barely matters. But you have a nice side swivel going on here, and then because of the design, the legs, especially this side of the leg, won't go forward that much. But the leg can go about 90 degrees to the side, so that's pretty good. I believe the same goes for the other leg, but yeah, this, once again, kind of colliding with that, but not too bad. And they have a nice side swivel going on, and this one actually goes a little bit more better compared to this one, so yeah. And then we have a nice bend going on here. Now this one, I believe this leg bends a little bit more, because this one, you can see it collides with the pipes once more, so you only get like a 90 degree bend, but this one actually goes a little bit more. So yeah, so each arm and each leg has different amount of articulation. And then I believe the feet are the same. The feet are pretty much your standard feet with those toe bending things. So yeah, I'm not sure what you call those. And it has a nice pivot joint. And the leg and the feet can go left and right as well. And once again, this one does not also have that weird gimmick where Callis has. Alright, and I think that's pretty much it for the review. Now, if you're buying this, you're pretty much buying this for the writer of the design. You're not actually trying to buy this for like any gimmicks or special equipment, because yeah, even in the movie, other than the sword, handle sword that he used like for a few seconds, he only mostly fights with close combat with his fist. So yeah. So once again, those who are a big fan of Mashin Chaser or who loves this form of drive, I definitely would recommend that, because I absolutely love the design. I don't really care if it doesn't come with any weapons. I just love for it how it looks like. Also, you should take note that there are some delicate parts, and each arm and each leg has different articulations. So doing certain poses will be kind of limited. So I try to do like a kneeling pose, which was not really easy to do. So keep that in mind. Anyways, thank you for watching the review. This was the review of the Kamen Rider Super Dead Heat Drive from Surprise Future. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave a comment below. Until then, see you guys next time.